Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to some more Minecraft 1.17 Hardcore. This is the second episode and since the first one I've actually been doing a little bit of off-camera work. Not loads, but let me catch you up anyway. As you can see just over this edge here, I have completely surrounded the nearby lake with sugarcane. We're going to be using quite a lot of this today, so I thought I'd get ahead of myself just a little bit. I've also brought over 2 cows just beside the base here in case we ever want to set up some sort of cow farm, which we probably will at some point or another, so I thought I'd just go ahead and bring them on over. And just beside it here, I've also set up a bit of a wheat farm, which is still in the very early stages of development, as you can see. But whilst I was out searching for these guys, I did come across a lot of animals that weren't quite as fortunate as these 2 right here. And these guys are already pretty unfortunate because they are in for a life of captivity, so you can only imagine what I did to the rest of them. Well, you're looking at them here in my inventory. I needed food desperately. This is basically all I had in the last episode left over, so I just went on a bit of a killing spree so I could supplement myself and, you know, not die of hunger. Which is also why I've gone ahead and set up the beginnings of an automatic chicken cooker just behind this wall here, which we actually have all of the chickens set up, and fun fact, if I fall in there, I die because of entity cramming, so I have to be super careful. If any more chickens hatch through eggs, then they instantly die because, yeah, that's how entity cramming works. So gotta go careful. But at the moment it's pretty much just an egg farm because I do not have an observer as that requires quartz and, well, we haven't been to the Nether just yet, so hopefully we can do that at some point today. And lastly, I've had to leash up our goat friend here, which will be getting a name later on in the episode. Already got a bunch of good suggestions from you guys, but before he had this lead on, he kept jumping out. Goats jump, obviously, as most of you probably know by now, and somehow he's managed to pull that off and leap out of the side. So unfortunately, because of your jumping capabilities, you have to be strapped up. So, you know, either stop jumping or you have to wear the lead. And I think that's pretty much it for everything I've done in between episodes. Let's get started with today's one, shall we? Which is basically going to consist of gearing up. Whoa, look at that goat go. I would like to get, you know, some diamond armor, fully equip myself so I'm nice and safe, maybe some diamond tools, and in particular, a really good diamond pickaxe so we can go on an awesome mining trip. One of the enchantments I would like to have on that diamond pickaxe is Mending, as well as, you know, Fortune 3 would be very nice, and Efficiency and Unbreaking, that sort of thing, but Mending and Fortune are the main ones, and those are not easy to get. I'm hoping I can just get Fortune through Enchanting, trial and error using the grindstone, but you can't get Mending from Enchanting. We have to get it through villager trading or just finding a book, and I haven't found a book. So the first thing we're going to do is head off out into the world and see if we can find a villager who doesn't have a job just yet, and then we can do the old lectern break in place trick until we hopefully get a mending book. Just cooking up the rest of my food here to take with me, and I'll also go ahead and grab all of the emeralds that I have at the moment, which isn't a lot. It's not that many at all, so we'll probably have to trade for some actual emeralds when we're there. Do I have any? Where are they? Oh, up here. You guys probably spotted that right away. So that's a decent amount. We could get really lucky with a cheap mending trade, but yeah, we're probably going to need more than 13 emeralds. Whilst we're out scouting for a village, I unfortunately am going to have to take some lives of the cows we passed by because, well, I need some of this stuff, leather, to make a bunch of bookshelves so that we can actually get 30 levels on an enchanting table. I'm hoping to find some actual bookshelves in the village, but we may as well not waste the time while we're on the way there. Whilst I ascend this gravel cliff, I would just like to thank you guys for the wonderful support I received for the last episode, the first one in this series. It was quite nerve-wracking starting a new series. It's been a while since I've done that, and I wasn't entirely sure how people were going to like the idea of a hardcore series, but a lot of you seem to really like it and looking forward to seeing more episodes, and I honestly just can't wait to make more and more. So what we're going to be doing, instead of doing this as a fortnightly series every 2 weeks, we're going to be doing it as weekly, just for the meantime, while the excitement of 1.17 is fresh and new, because yeah, all I want to do at the moment is play in this world. Oh, finally, we found a plains biome. I've just been going through biomes that don't have villages for the longest time, so hopefully this is a sign of good things to come. Oh yes, we found a village, as you can see just off in the distance over there, and it looks like a pretty decently sized one, and it didn't take too long at all to find. I've only been walking for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, which is not too bad at all. So let's check it out and see what type of stuff we got in here. Knock knock. No, oh, someone's home. Hello, how are you? Oh, great start. You're unemployed. I'm going to take that away from you so you can't pick that up as a profession. And I'm going to go see if I can find and or craft a lectern. You know what? I'm actually just going to... Oh, just in time. Block you in. I will return to you later, my friend. A bell? Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. As well as some hay bales. I'm going to take all of these because wheat is a precious commodity in the early game. Some carrots, that's very nice too. We always got that as a food source if meat isn't on the menu. I was just heading this way to see if I could get some sugarcane so we can actually craft a bookshelf to make the lectern, because I didn't find one in the village, and look what we found, a desert temple. Okay, let's try not to fall directly onto the TNT, and let's go careful for mobs. This is hardcore after all, still not completely used to it, but if we just dig down here, and the first thing we're going to do is break that block so we don't have to worry about blowing up, and we'll get a bit of light too. And let's see what we got. Some diamond horse armor, that is very nice. Not a mending book, I was really hoping for one there. What about this chest? Mending book? Channeling. I don't really need either of those for right now. Maybe I'll take the respiration, that could come in handy. Holy moly, that's a lot of books. Okay, come on, one of these have to be mending. Riptide, efficiency 4, sharpness 4, and loyalty 1. Ah, those are some really killer books, but not mending. That makes me sad and also pretty happy at the same time. I'll take those 3. Yeah, those 3. Lectern acquired. Time to head back to the village and get to that unemployed villager. So pretty much, for those of you who are unsure what I meant by the lectern trick earlier, if you place a workstation down like the lectern is here, you can see this unemployed villager becomes a librarian, and you can pretty much just rinse and repeat this method until, as you can see, hopefully here, nope, we're gonna have to go again, but eventually they will get an enchanting book trade, and there is a possibility, hopefully this hasn't been changed, there is a possibility, I hope so, there is anyway, that you should get a mending book, which is the game plan here. Yeah, as you can see, wow, that's a really good one, but I'm hoping, as I said earlier, to get that with the grindstone rinse and repeat enchanting. So we're going to have to do this pretty much until we get a mending trade that I can afford. Oh, finally, we have it for 18 emeralds, which is actually fairly cheap. I'm not too bummed out about that. I don't have enough right now. I'm only 3 short, so I'm going to have to gather all these together. But as you can see, I've gone ahead and locked his trade. So this guy is stuck at a mending book. All I have to do now is just somehow get 3 more emeralds. But I thought before I do that, I should actually maybe check out how long that took. So if we go to items, times mined, and you can see here, it took 145 attempts, because that is how many times I've broken and then replaced down a lectern over here. So yeah, 146th was the time where we got the mending. Not too bad, really. Just 1 more emerald, sir. That's all I need to get 18. Amazing. And now what we can do is very simply click this button and get our very first mending book. How awesome is that? Okay, now time to head back home after probably far too long out adventuring here. And yes, kind sir, I will be back for more at a later stage. We're finally back at base now, and I'm just about to craft our first diamond pickaxe, but I thought I'd just give you an update on the roof here. As you can see, our copper is beginning to rust a little bit, and it's just super cool. I love how this slowly changes over time. 1 diamond pickaxe, please. Thank you very much. Time to go get some obsidian so we can craft our enchanting table. Enchanting table acquired. Oh yes, we're ready to place it down, and I've actually got a little bit of a secret room that we can add it to. So as you can see, we got a lever placed down here, very specifically placed, because when we flick it, we get a secret entrance open up, and as you can see down here, we have our enchanting room, and we can place our enchanting table right in the center, and we'll come back to this in a second, because first of all, let's check out the room. It's pretty cool, right? We got some extra storage here with some barrels. We've got some extra utility blocks. That's a cartography table, by the way. You can't really see it because it's directionally placed, but we got our anvil and our grindstone. And my favorite part of this room is the floor made out of the new amethyst blocks, which I think just goes wonderfully in an enchanting area. So yeah, that is what we have down here. And I know some of you will be asking how the redstone works. I can just break these two blocks here and show you very simply. Redstone into the block, into the repeater, into the block, powers the piston. It's all controlled by a lever. It's a bit more difficult to set up if you were to use a button, which is why I've just gone for the easy lever option. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying, let's go ahead and enchant our first pickaxe, which is going to show us that we're getting Unbreaking 3. Now, I'm actually just going to go for this mainly because levels, I don't have much of them, and what we can do if this isn't any good is take it to the grindstone. So let's see, maybe we can get lucky with a Fortune 3. No, we do not, and I kind of desperately need the Fortune 3, otherwise the mining expedition will be, not very good. So I'm going to shove it in here, get my regular diamond pickaxe back, and see if I can go get half a level somewhere and maybe get a bit luckier next time. What's it saying we're going to get? I'm breaking 3 again. Okay, we'll give it a go. I think the best way to do that is to actually head to the Nether and mine quartz. Obviously, I don't have a mob spawner or anything like that, and I don't really want to kill mobs just out in the nighttime. That seems awfully dangerous, so we're going to head to the Nether and get XP through mining quartz. Now, this is always scary. The Nether is a dangerous place, but we got to go in here eventually, so we may as well do it now. And we end up in not a very nice place to spawn, actually. This is kind of awful. Oh, there we are. We're out. Surrounded by lava. That's not very good. But I think generally we are pretty safe from mobs, at least. Come to think about it, I do not like this spawn, because I don't think quartz generate here. Oh, I'm terrified of those things here in the basalt deltas, so I have to find somewhere where quartz are going to spawn in, which doesn't appear to be nearby anywhere. So I'm kind of thinking, do I go off adventuring trying to find it just from walking around like this, or do I dig my way there? I'm leaning more so towards dig because that seems safer, but then again, lava pockets exist, so I'm scared, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Just a lava fall, not an actual lava pocket. Okay, slightly disconcerting. Is that okay? Not gonna affect the flow. How about that one? No, I think we're good. Okay, still don't really like it, but are we anywhere better? No, not really. Not really at all. I've been a little bit brave and branched out until this section. The portal isn't too far behind me there. I've basically just been filling in all of the lava pockets, but I mean, look how fast my XP is going up. I don't honestly have to find much of this quartz for it to be helpful. So we're already up to level 30, and I'm just going to grab a couple more, and I can regrettably come back here if I need to. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for a Fortune 3 enchantment next time. Come on, Fortune 3, don't do me dirty. Fortune 2! That is not good enough. I really want Fortune 3. Hopefully I'm not going to get greedy here. You know what? No. This whole Nether thing, not for me. Not right now. I don't want to be here anymore. It's making me far too stressed. I'll find a different way. Oh, I really fell down a block, but it still made me jump. I'll find a different way to get XP in the peaceful overworld. I know AFK fish farms generally are looked down upon, and don't worry, I don't plan to use this for a long time in the future. I'm just a little bit desperate right now for some XP, so I've resorted to my lowest low yet. So this time, as you can see, I've been given Fortune 2, and it's taken me a long point just to do those couple of enchantments, and I honestly should have just kept this other Fortune 2 we had earlier, but I was being greedy. I wanted the Fortune 3 for now because, you know, I don't have all the time in the world. Fortune 2 is gonna have to do, and hopefully we can upgrade it at a later point. Really hoping for Unbreaking on this too. No. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We'll get an Unbreaking book at some point because for the time being, we're going to chuck our Efficiency 4 book we found in the Desert Temple and, of course, our Mending. So we're going to be replenishing this as we dig the ores, so Unbreaking isn't really needed exactly. I'm pretty much all set up to go here. I got my shield in case I need that, which I'm sure I probably will, as well as, you know, a bunch of wood so I can craft torches, water bucket, that sort of thing. The final thing I would like to do, however, is use my remaining 8 diamonds to craft a diamond chest plate. Now, cannot enchant it right now because I want to do it with 30 levels, but this is going to help me survive down in the caves because, you know, I don't really want to die if I can help it, believe it or not. So the reason I've been so desperate to go on this mining trip today is because it's probably one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft. Being able to go mining in the early game with a pickaxe like this and, you know, double or even triple my resources when you're at a point where you kind of need them. You know, you get nearer the end game and you stop needing coal and iron and redstone as much because you got farms for all that stuff. But right now, I need as much of this as I can get, so I love it. I think it's super satisfying. I love mining anyway, so I'm going to spend a good long while down in the caves here. So I've done some mining off camera. These are all of the resources I got in 3 hours worth of work, just under I think, which is very good going I would say. We got over a stack of diamonds here, and I also fully kitted myself out with some armor, so plus an additional 16 for the helmet, leggings and boots. And then we got a handful of emeralds, a name tag which we're going to use very shortly, and then the usual lapis, redstone and coal, as well as a couple of saddles for some horses maybe. But more importantly, we got all of the raw iron, raw copper, and raw gold, which, if you didn't know, actually works with Fortune now, which is really bizarre being able to use iron and gold with Fortune. It's strange, but I dig it. I really do. I absolutely love the fact you can be able to do that because, I mean, just look at the amount of iron I've got. That is going to be super duper helpful. But the best thing I actually found underground, as you can see here, is an axolotl. I'm guessing these guys spawn underground now. I didn't know that, but apparently they do because I just saw this guy swimming around in the caves and he looked pretty lost and in need of a friend, so I picked him up with my water bucket and he's going to stay in here now until he has a purpose or a home. Maybe he can help us raid a guardian temple one day, or we'll just make him an aquarium. I'm not sure. But yeah, first axolotl. Pretty awesome, right? I did also luckily manage to find a skeleton spawner, which is, I think, about 200 blocks away in that direction, which is not too far at all. Unfortunately, I don't have time to turn it into an XP farm today, but I plan to very soon, most likely in the next episode. But for now, I do need some more XP, and it's not going to be coming from the skeletons. What we're actually going to do... Not sure what my intentions were there, but we're going to take all of the raw blocks that we've collected on our mining trip, smelt it all up, and that should give us quite a lot of XP, and I'm hoping we can get some level 30 enchantments on all of our armor here, just so we're a bit better protected. Well, that's a lot of furnaces, but we do have a lot of ores to smelt up, and thankfully a lot of coal too. It's going to get through quite a bit of it, I would imagine. Hello, unexpected guest. How do you do? Very kind of you to join me here. Would you like to go outside? That would be preferable. You're quite noisy. There we go. Okay. Bye. Thanks for stopping in. There we go. It's finally finishing the smelting process. So that means we can take some of this. You're back. Welcome back. Would you like to come back in? You've been on an adventure. You want to go out again? I don't know what he's doing. So we got some gold here, which let's see how much this gives us. 1 level, okay, it might not be as lucrative as I thought it was going to be. We may have to just end up doing maybe a couple of enchantments, but how many is it going to take to get all the way to level 30? Can I take half a stack out? There we go, okay, awesome. Trying to be as efficient with this as possible, and then we can run over super quickly to our actual house, which I am gonna move out of that little hole eventually. I'm just, you know, putting it off because I'm lazy. But if we head down to our enchanting table, take off all of our armor, and let's see what type of stuff we got. So I've also brought a book just to see if maybe there's a Fortune 2 book by any chance or something really good, but Efficiency 4, don't really care about that. The best one here is going to be Protection 4 for the chest plate. That is exactly what I want. And we also get Unbreaking as well as Thorns, which isn't really what I want, but that's actually fine. I don't mind that too much. I'm that close to 30 levels, I've now resorted to smelting cobblestone. Still not enough. Okay, how about this one? There we go. Okay, we can do one more enchantment before we're going to have to call it for today. And the options are a book, boots, or leggings. And the leggings are fire protection. I'm actually looking for blast protection on them. We got Unbreaking on the boots, which is tempting, but it doesn't guarantee protection. But on the book, we got Depth Strider 3, which I desperately want for the boots alongside Feather Falling. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do the book here. There is one final thing to do, however, and that is to name our goat. And we are going to be calling her Gertrude. Gertrude the goat. I think that is a great name, and that was suggested from Hillary. So thank you, Hillary, for that suggestion. I do love it. And thank you, everybody else, for all of your wonderful suggestions. It was a tough pick, but I think she really suits a Gertrude. So that, everybody, is going to do it for today's episode. As you can see here, the Wandering Trader has paid us a last-minute visit, and I've checked, he unfortunately does not have the moss block. Hopefully we can get that sometime soon, but he's just got the useless old trades that I don't really care for. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.